Kingdom Kids, it's time for an adventure. Come on!
Cece, it's story time. Cece, it's story time! Cece always telling her stories, pink hair and socks, and she's never boring. Whiteboard with the orange tie. You need a recap? Derek is your guy. Oh, with a flow so cold. Everybody get ready for adventure mode. Heather with the crew that's so disruptive. Hey, what's that? Friendly interruption! Kingdom Kids, yeah, Kingdom Kids. Kingdom Kids, yeah, Kingdom Kids!
Did you know that our sun is so big you can fit the Earth inside of it 1.3 million times? It's huge! Actually, the sun plays a pretty big part in our story today, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, let's find out our great big question. Our great big question is, who fights for his people? Before we have our lesson, however, we're gonna need a recap. Take it away, Derek.
The Israelites made it to the Promised Land. They needed to take over the city of Jericho. Joshua sent 2 spies into the city. They stayed on a roof of a woman named Rahab to not be seen by the king. She was not an Israelite, but because of her kindness, the spies told her to hang a rope from her window so that they would know where she lived. Jericho was a city with thick walls, so God gave special instructions to Joshua. Joshua gathered all of the people together to carry out God's plan. The priests carried the ark as the people marched around the city once each day for 7 days. On the 7th day, they stopped and blew their trumpets. The people of Israel shouted, and the walls of Jericho came tumbling down. They overtook the city, but they spared Rahab and her family. Wow, what a story. Anyways, back to you, Cece.
Huh, who knew that walking around a wall a couple of times would make it fall? Well, I guess it was also with the help of a supernatural God, but it's still kind of crazy that they didn't even have to touch the wall. That kind of reminds me of this one time when
We interrupt this regularly scheduled program to bring you this friendly interruption. Please enjoy this riddle from our wonderful Dr. Richard.
Oh, Kingdom Kids, this is Dr. Richard with another riddle for you. Now, what goes up but never goes down? It's your age! Oh, happy birthday to you!
Oh man, I was so close to figuring that one out. It's fine, I'll get it next time. Back to Cece.
Wow, Dr. Richard, that one was pretty difficult. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for
Adventure Mode!
God was with the Israelites as they traveled through Canaan, and they came into a place ruled by 5 evil kings. When they heard about Joshua and the Israelites destroying Jericho, they became terrified, so they made a plan. The kings came together and decided to attack the people of Gibeon because they were friends of the Israelites. The Gibeonites sent word to Joshua saying, "Come up to us quickly and save us. Help us because all the kings have joined forces against us." So Joshua went to help the people with his army behind him. The Lord told Joshua, "Do not be afraid of them. I have given them into your hand. Not one of them will be able to withstand you." When the 5 kings and their armies saw the Israelites, they were surprised. They did not expect them to be there. God sent confusion over the enemy's camp and helped the Israelites in battle by sending a huge hailstorm. The kings saw how badly they were being defeated and tried to flee from the Israelites. Joshua said, "Sun, stand still over Gibeon." The sun stopped in the middle of the sky. There has never been a day like it. The Lord listened to a human being. Surely the God was fighting for Israel. The Israelites defeated the evil kings and traveled further into the Promised Land. They lived in peace for many years. When Joshua was 110 years old, he reminded the people of Israel of the amazing things that God has done for them. He warned them, "If you forget the covenant of the Lord your God and go and serve other gods and bow down to them, the Lord's anger will burn against you and you will quickly perish from the good land he has given you." So the people responded to Joshua, saying, "We will serve the Lord and obey him. We will serve the Lord because he is our God." Soon after, Joshua then died. And that's what we learned on
Adventure Mode!
The sun stood still? That, boys and girls, is pretty amazing. The people of Israel needed that sunlight so that they could still see the bad guys. Without it, they might not have won the battle. Not only did God hold the sun in place, but he also caused a huge hailstorm. God sure does know how to help his people. Hey, that's the answer to our great big question. Who fights for his people? God does. Well, that's all for today, Kingdom Kids. Until next time, bye!